Hello everyone. Welcome to this channel Jikook universe. In this video we will discuss something interesting and definitely a shame to miss. Come on, watch until the end. Is all this just an illusion? Are the warm smiles, meaningful glances and sweet moments between Jungkook and Jimin just fan service? That question continues to resonate in the hearts of many armies, especially those who have long observed the dynamic between the two emotionally close BTS members, Jikook. For some, their relationship is simply part of an entertainment strategy. But for those who pay attention to every detail, every smile that falls through fatigue, every glance that isn't captured by official cameras, Jikook's story is something far deeper than mere fan service. It's like a mosaic. Pieces of moments that, when put together, form a bigger picture that's hard to explain but easy to feel. But lately, doubts, rumors, and even painful speculation have begun to emerge. Some ask, did Jungkook treat Jimin badly? Or, did he never really love Jimin as much as we thought? These questions are like thorns stuck in a garden that once seemed so beautiful. They cast a dark shadow amidst the light of sweet memories. Let's walk together. Let's trace their relationship not only logically but also with our hearts. Because sometimes what's visible on the surface is only a small part of the true story. Since their debut, Jimin and Jungkook have displayed undeniable chemistry. Jimin, with a gentleness like the afternoon sun in autumn, has always been a warm presence beside the shy and introverted Jungkook. There were many moments early in BTS's career when Jimin would embrace Jungkook, encouraging him, or simply patting him on the back when he was nervous on stage. For Jungkook, Jimin wasn't just a hyung. He was home, a place he could lean on without fear of judgment. And for Jimin, Jungkook was a little brother he wanted to take care of, not out of obligation, but out of a love he hadn't realized. But time passed. BTS grew into a global phenomenon. Pressures, schedules, and the spotlight changed their dynamic. What was once a simple relationship has now become more complex, more emotional. Sometimes sweet, sometimes confusing. And it's at this point that questions begin to arise. There were times when Jungkook seemed more distant, less close than before. His expression was sometimes flat, even cold in public. He sometimes seems to ignore Jimin or not respond as warmly as usual. This leaves some fans feeling hurt. Why is he like this, they ask. Are all these feelings not real? However, if we look deeper beneath the surface, there are layers of far more complex emotions. Relationships between two people who love each other don't always run smoothly. Love doesn't always come in the form of hugs and sweet words. Sometimes it hides in inner conflict, in the fear of loss, or in the struggle between career and feelings. Jungkook is the youngest child who grew up under the spotlight. His every move was recorded, his every facial expression analyzed. He learned from a young age to hide most of his emotions. Meanwhile, Jimin is expressive. When he gives love, he shows it fully. When he's hurt, he struggles to hide it. When these two worlds collide, what results is an intense and unpredictable relationship. There are times when their differences bring them closer. But there are also times when they create distance. Between fan service and true love. Has Jungkook ever treated Jimin badly? There may be times when he acts cold or insensitive. But that doesn't mean he doesn't care. In fact, sometimes his restraint stems from deep-seated feelings. Without feelings, there would be no hurt. There would be no tears. Look at Jungkook's eyes when Jimin laughs. There's a soft glint in his eyes that can't be faked. Notice the way he stares at Jimin silently when Jimin isn't looking. Listen to the tone of his voice when he says the name Jimin. There's a hidden longing there. There were moments when Jimin cried on stage and Jungkook just hugged him wordlessly. In those moments, love didn't need to be explained, it was simply felt. There were also moments when they sat quietly together without speaking, but it felt comfortable. It wasn't fan service. It was silent love. There was a period when their interactions disappeared. ARMY called it the quiet Jikook era. Photos of the two of them rarely appeared. At public events, they seemed distant. No hugs, no long stares like before. Did they fight? Did they break up? Maybe Jungkook doesn't love Jimin anymore. These comments flooded social media. Old video clips of them were paired with melancholy music, as if their story had ended. But true love isn't always visible. Sometimes he hides behind silence, persisting even when it's no longer on display. Amidst busy schedules, career pressures, public expectations, and endless rumors, their relationship remains. Many small moments are captured only by the keen eyes of fans. Jimin holding Jungkook's hand under the table during interviews. Jungkook looking nervous when Jimin is late to practice. The way Jungkook sings his lines with an intensity that only comes from love. It's not acting. It's pure honesty. In one interview, Jimin once said that he missed someone who used to be by his side. He didn't mention a name, but the camera caught Jungkook's expression shift. He looked down, biting his lip as if holding back words he couldn't say. They weren't just two close idols. They were two souls who grew together from unknown teenagers to global icons. They shared laughter backstage, tears amidst exhaustion, and silences that only the two of them understood. This relationship inspired millions not because it was perfect but because it was real. Fragile, complicated, yet beautiful. Does Jungkook love Jimin? Does Jimin still hold Jungkook in his heart? Those questions may never be clearly answered. But if you look with your heart, you'll know. Because true love isn't always announced to the world. Sometimes it's enough to be understood by two hearts, and by those who truly see. And if you feel something while reading this, whether it's emotion, longing, or a pang in your chest, it means you see, as we do. Thank you for accompanying the sweet story of Jimin and Jungkook today. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss their next special moment. See you in the next video, Jikookers.